Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do when you're going to run your sample is first make sure that it's plugged in and then turned on. It will probably already be turned on by the time you get here, but just double check. Yeah. Okay, so the way the XRD and the computer communicate is by using their Wi-Fi, and it has to be called BTX465. So you want to connect to that and give it one moment. And when it shows that you're connected, you're going to go to Google Chrome and open it up. Takes a minute. And then in the search bar, you want to put the link that's provided for you, and it starts with a 1, so as soon as you put 1 in, it should pop up. And this is what your screen should look like right now.
Okay, so you're going to want to take your sample and you have to grind it up in the mortar and pestle until it is into a fine powder. Okay, and then after that, you have to use the sifter to make it even more fine. And then we only need a small amount for the XRD, so that should be enough to put in the sampling window. Okay, so now we are ready to put the sample into the XRD. So you gotta make sure this is unlocked, and then you can remove the sampling window. And then you can scoop a very small amount above the window, and then just tap it to make it go in. And then after that, we have to put it in the electronic shaker, and then scroll down to the shake setting and hit check. It should take a few minutes. Okay. When it's done shaking, you're going to press the red X button and then remove the slide to check and see how the sample is. In this sample, there is not enough because it needs to be 2/3 of the way full. The laser goes through the middle of the slide, so if it's not to that point, it'll mess up your results. Additionally, if there's too much, it can damage the slide, so you want to make sure you have the right amount. For this sample, we're going to have to add a little bit more. So this is the correct amount. And then you want to remove the electronic shaker, and then where it says align sample here, make sure that's where the sample goes. And then you have to make sure you lock it down, or else the results will be incorrect.
So after you have loaded your sample into the XRD, you want to come back to your computer screen and press the green play button. You're going to give your sample its individual name, and notice that it says letters, numbers, underscores, and dashes only, no spaces. So for this example, I'm going to name it sample 101. And then you're going to press start. Now, as it communicates with the XRD machine, you're going to come back here and press the green check button for start acquisition. Over time, your XRD sample is going to be running in frames, and you're going to want this number to be 15. It also appears on the XRD machine, so keep it running until that says 15. So after you've reached your 15th frame, you're going to go up here and you're going to press this red stop button, and it will say finished acquisition at the top. I've already done this, but then you're going to go to data. And you're going to go to this tab right here called Files. Under Files, you're going to go to Process, and you're going to find your sample's name, followed by film.txt, and you're going to download that. After it has downloaded, you're going to open it, and you're going to just agree to everything this pops up. Press OK. And then you're going to see this graph which shows all the peaks of the results of your XRD. You're going to right click on this red graph, and you're going to go to Diffractometer, and you're going to go to filtering, background subtraction. Then you're just going to press do it, yes. And you're going to right click once more on this graph and go to qualitative searching. Then you're going to go to advanced searching, and you're going to see this red graph one more time. You're going to go to the 2 theta gap and change it from 0.2 to 0.3. After you've done all of this, you're going to press search. So this is the results from your XRD, and basically it's going to give you a name over here, but if you want to see the chemical structure of each one of these names, you're going to go to display card. At the bottom left, it should come up and show you the chemical structure. So for our results, it's telling us that this has copper sulfate pentahydrate, which you're going to click on, and if you scroll down through all these results, you're going to search for anything else that your chemical could be. Based on the clues that your lab has provided, you should be able to guess which one of these is applicable and which one is not. So for our sample, we used copper sulfate pentahydrate, and after heating it and putting it in the XRD, as you can see from the display card, it came up with a trihydrate result, but also it came up with a monohydrate result. So in this case, you're going to have 2 results that are applicable, and you're going to go to the gray quantitative square, and you're going to press it, and then you're going to look over here at your data, and in this section right here, the percentages show you how much of each chemical structure is in your sample. So in this case, we have 53% and 46%.
Now that you've finished, we need to clean out the slide. We do this using a compressed air canister. We need to make sure we do this underneath the fume hood, because if not, the powder will get in the air and you don't want to breathe that. Make sure you open the fume hood no more than 18 inches. And then you want to insert the nozzle into this space and then hold it away from you and then just squirt until it's clean. And then you want to make sure that you close the fume hood when you are done.